Good day, lords and ladies. Welcome to Renfield, Bring Your Own Blood, a game inspired by the film Renfield. This is a game developed by Megacat Studios and published by Skybound Games. It is a roguelike, and I'm going to do a Cornish first look at it. First things first, off the bat. No mouse. There's no mouse basically settings. You have to do everything by keyboard. Not a massive fan of that, I'm not going to lie, but just it is how it is. This is basically very much one of those series of Vampire Survivor clones that have been coming out in the last, well, ever since Vampire Survivor came out. But like, some of them are worth it, so let's see if this is worth it. This game is still in early access, it's at 0.26 in development stage, so let's have a check. Options. Pretty basic. Couple of sound options. Some language options, and basically screen size, though it's hard to navigate only using the keyboard controls. I don't know if it's even possible. I'm doing stuff now and it's not seeming to be doing anything, so that's why I prefer to have mouse optimization for games like this. There's achievements. I have played the game a little bit. Similar to Vampire Survivor, completing the achievements gives you better rewards that you can use to upgrade your character. As you can see here, die once, die 5 times, die 100 times. All very nice. We've got a shop which you can spend money on to basically get things. So we can go to here. No items available so far. Come back later. Let's get a coffin, which means that we get a revive. And we shall also get attack speed, maybe, yeah. Let's get attack speed up. Let's go to a new game. So, this is Renfield. He is a Bram Stoker character from the novel, and in the film, he basically is still that. In this, he is the only character you can seem to can actually have at the moment. It'd be nice to see the other characters when they are brought in. But currently, this is basically what you get. He has a minus 5% cooldown reduction during the extraction phase, which is basically how you leave a map. So let's go. Some places still locked for us, we can't get into them. St. Louis Cemetery. General name for 3 famous cemeteries, above ground vaults and crypts of many famous individuals from New Orleans and beyond. It's quite creepy and probably not the safest place to go with a vampire on the loose. Tough luck for the cheerleader that wandered here, and Renfield, who is being tracked by the Lobo gang. Like I said, inspired by the film. This is quite gory. The art style is very nice, I must say. I do like the art style. In some ways, it's also a little bit sad, I have to admit, that they have such a beautiful art style, and yet this is basically like doing someone else's thing, I should say. It's just my view. I just think it's a bit of a shame that it's inspired, that they're basically using it rather than making their own unique IP. It's basically inspired by somebody else's. But that's just me. Art style is nice. Game feels responsive. Music's nice. If anything, I would say, like once you've played a lot of Vampire Survivor clones like I have, you sort of get the feeling of how it's going to work. And this feels quite like a good clone of Vampire Survivor. Let's see what else we can get. Shadow Claws. Fleur de Lis is not bad if you can get it charged up. So let's grab that early. And then we'll go to the right. Now our goal of this is to basically find the objective and leave, which is the cheerleader that we need to collect to feed Dracula. So let's try and find them. Taking a bit of damage. One thing I will say, for those of you who are interested, is that you need to watch out for scenery, because in this game it's very, very easy to get stuck on terrain. One of the few issues I have with this game is that it's very, very easy to get stuck on terrain because of how it just interacts. Okay, let's hit boomerang trajectory. Let's get that upgraded. Alright, so we leveled up. Fantastic. Which way do you want to go? Down here? Right here. And as with most vampire survival clones, new enemies are added every sort of new map. So you can see here we've got a guy over AK-47. Try and not get completely murdered by them in the first 10 seconds. But for those of you who are interested, the reason you're picking up bugs is that in the lore of the film, Renfield gets all his power from basically going through the process of basically eating bugs, and thus he gains a percentage of his power that was his pact with Dracula. Right here, I'm grateful. Increase projectile speed, provide bonus coins. Right here. Right here. All that done. Leveled up. Fantastic. Let's go. Just have to try and keep our health up. It's really easy to lose health in this game. Partly because of just how you interact with the terrain. As you can see, the enemy can pass through things, but you tend to get stuck on them, which is really annoying. Let's see what else we want to get. Increase projectile radius. No, let's grab that one. Just ways of helping us clearing out the swarm. And there's the cheerleader. So now we just need to basically get through this level, get her, and exit. I could really do with some healing right now, chaps. Blood bug. Ah, he disappeared before I could get him. There we go. So which way do you want to go? Do you want to feed a Dracula, or do we want to basically extract? Probably let's not feed a Dracula and get the better reward, and let's go. The thing I always found strange is that, like, in the lore, Dracula doesn't really care who he eats. Like in the base, yes, like, sometimes he has preferences, but for him, it's really more of a... Just if you can get it, that's fine kind of deal for him. Come on, where's this tick-off ability? There we go. Let's get that and get an OP fit and OP nature up. Some healing, lots of resources. Like, some abilities in this game are very overpowered. There we go. Okay, so our timer is now still going up. Let's try and get to the next map. Okay. That's a good trigger. Got some of the enemies down. But no, like, I like the art style. It's gory, it's nice. Enemies explode into chunky bits of jelly and jam, which is always nice to see. If I was being picky, I would say it's a shame that rather than basically being inspired by this, they didn't do their own thing. So I would say that would probably have been a really cool title that I would have been really happy to see. So I'd love to see what the studio can do when it's not basically working with another IP. Let's get that. And that's ticking down. Let's go to the next map. Gigalupus, which is, I take it, a battle. And he's got a minigun. But I'm also getting absolutely pounded for saving the girl. Okay. So our clock has run out. So yeah, I'm probably going to die now because obviously we saved the girl, but there is a limit, I think. Right, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know exactly what's going on here, because I didn't realise there was even bosses in the game, to be honest. And it's game over. We've got some unlocks, some bits and pieces. So now you can go to the shop. You can buy buy something to bring you back up. Fine. What else can we get? More armor, sure. Max health. Why not? Get improvement to rate. Get that up. Rightio. But this is the general. This is basically how a lot of Vampire Survivor games work. I suppose we have to beat the werewolf boss to basically get to the next phase. Okay. Right. But yeah, like, this is how the game works. It's pretty straightforward. Overall, I like the concept of the game. I like the art style and the music, and the combat feels visceral, and it's nice and gory on the screen you're playing, which is not what you always get with games of this type. The game has some flaws. I'd love to see, rather than it being inspired by something else, I'd love to see them made a Vampire Survivor game of their own type, like using their own like their own art assets and bits and pieces like that. That would have been really lovely to see. Yeah, but if you're interested, I'll put a link to where you can find the game in the description below. But this has been Renfield, Bring Your Own Blood. I've been Cornish-knight, and I see you all again next time. Goodbye.